welcome to my channel. My name's Angela and this is Devon Thread Tales. Thanks so much for joining me today. Today I'm going to be sharing everything that I have made in April and I hope that you enjoy that. I've got a few bits of sewing that I've done for myself and for my children, and also some knitting that my daughter has done that I would like to share too. Before I get on to my makes, I just wanted to say thank you to everybody that has subscribed to my channel recently. I seem to have had a few new people of late, which is really lovely, so welcome. And also to say thank you to everybody that has subscribed since the beginning. It's really kind of you. I absolutely love getting involved with the chats that we have, and it's just really nice to be able to ask for advice and help, to share help as well, share my makes and find out from you what everybody is up to. I also just wanted to mention, and I won't mention it again after this, about our current situation. I know that it's a really difficult time for some people, and I just wanted to say I am thinking of everybody. I hope that you're all safe and well. Let me know what you're up to. Either comment, tell me if you have lost your sewing mojo, if you are sewing loads and loads because you've got more time. Just let me know what you're up to. It'd be really nice to have a bit of a chat and say hi. So I'm going to get on with my makes. The first thing that I've made is something for myself. I've made the Tilly and the Buttons Ness skirt. Now, if you follow me on Instagram, which is devon.threadtails, and I'll put a link in below in the description, I did a sew along and I've put it into my highlights on Instagram, and I've basically taken the skirt from cutting it out, and I have done step by step on this Ness skirt. It was a skirt that I really wanted to have a go at for quite some time, and I don't know why I've really been putting it off. I think it's really meant to be made with a stretch cotton, but I've actually made it in a it's possibly a chambray, or it might be a very light denim. It could just be a heavy cotton, but it's something that I found in my mum's stash from years and years ago. So I don't know how old it is, and I don't know what it is or what its composition is, but I'll stand up and show you really up close so you can see the material, and then I'll stand back and give you a little twirl of it. So it is a checked grey and black, well, like I say, not sure, cotton or denim. It has pockets, it has a jeans fly front. I have lined it all with a shirting cotton. I think next time if I do something that is dark, I will do the lining in something dark, because I just feel like you can see a peek of the material. It is quite lightweight, so maybe that's what the issue is. Nice pockets. I've done the short version and I haven't done any of the pockets on the back of the skirt. I tried my hardest to get everything matched up on each of the side seams. I'll show you that one and that one, and down the front as well. And I talk about that a lot more in my sew along that I did on Instagram. So I believe I made this in a size 4. I'll pop my measurements in the comments below as well, but just for quick reference, I'm bust 36, waist 30, hips 37, and I'm 5'6". I just find it really helpful to have some measurements in there, and then if I share what size pattern I'm making, then hopefully it gives you a good bit of a guide as to what is the right size for you. So I'll stand back and I'll give you a bit of a twirl. So hopefully you can see that from there. It is, it's the short version. It comes about 2 or 3 inches above my knee. I'm wearing it today without tights. I've just got a very lightweight, ready to wear top. I have to be honest, I don't feel like I've got any tops that I've made that really go with this. I do think that it will look quite nice with a thicker, heavier top in the winter as well, but I think it's quite versatile. I think I can wear it with both. But I am really pleased with it. I think it's a really nice shape. I would like to make this for my daughters, and I would quite like to make it again in a denim. I have a denim skirt from a few years ago, which is still in really good condition, but I've put on a little bit of weight and it doesn't really fit me anymore, and it's a bit uncomfortable. But this is super comfy, even though it's not in a stretch cotton. So I think this is definitely going to be something I make again. So on to my next make, and this is something that I've actually had in my to-do box for 12 months. I started it and had a little bit of an accident, and I got a bit frustrated with it, and it went in my unfinished items box, and there it has remained for 12 months, which is really silly. I don't know if any of you remember, but my daughter did a sponsored head shave about 12 months ago, and I wanted to make her a few things which were going to make her feel nice once she'd had it done. She has struggled a little bit, I have to say, with how she feels about her hair. It is only hair, but it's surprising what a difference it makes when you go from very, very long hair to short hair. And she was feeling a bit blue recently, and she said, do you think you could finish that dress off that you were going to make for me? So I got to it and did it. So I'm just going to reach for the pattern, sorry. This is a pattern, it's called the Overture set, and it is a simply sewing pattern. I believe I made the smallest size in this, which is an A. It comes in sizes A, B, C, etc. And it's a really lovely pattern. It's made on the front here with, I don't know if you can see that, it's not going to come into focus, but it's made with an Atelier Brunette paper aeroplanes, I think it's called, or paper birds pattern. Now, Amy is 17 and she's quite unique. She has quite a unique style. She's not sort of run-of-the-mill. She doesn't, you know, want to dress like everybody else does. So she has quite a quirky little style, and this really seemed to suit her. And I went to Make at 140, which is a haberdashery in Plymouth, and they also sell online. I'll try and put the link in below as well. And they sold the same material, and it's this little, can you see they're like little paper birds on a very pale blue background. So I made this, and it was going beautifully, and I made this collar. I was really, really pleased with it and how it all went. And then I ironed it to iron it all nice and flat, and there was something on the bottom of my iron, and I got this burnt or staining on it or whatever it was. I don't know what it was, and I was so frustrated because the collar had scuppered me a little bit, and I was a bit confused with how to make it. So I'd actually made it and unpicked it about 3 times. So then when I did that with the iron, I just couldn't bear the idea of having to start again. But 12 months later, and we're all back and happy again, and I've done it. Now, I don't have a video of her in this, but I do have a few pictures, so I'll put that in. It's got 2 inseam pockets, and it does look really, really cute. I think possibly this is a little bit long on her, but she really likes it. I think she's grown a bit since I actually made it, so it's ever so slightly tight across the chest, but she says that it's fine and it's comfy. So for the moment, it's all good. And I think it's quite sweet, but I'll put some pictures in and hopefully you can see what it looks like on her. As some of you know, my daughter is quite an avid knitter, and I shared with you something that she had started to make. It was a Rowan Hayes pink, I think it's just called the pink sweater or the pink jumper. It's a free pattern on their website, and she had started doing this and I showed some of you, but she has finished it. Now, I will put some pictures of her in wearing this. It is an incredibly, can you see that? It's an incredibly fine knit. It's very soft and very fluffy. She made this with circular needles, and she said it was really plain and easy to make, but actually the wool was a little bit tricky to use. But she's made it, she's worn it, and I have to say I think it looks absolutely stunning on her. So I'm going to pop some pictures of her in wearing that. She also made herself a flannel. Bit strange and a bit bizarre, and I didn't really know quite how that would turn out. But she made this flannel out of pure cotton yarn, and if I hold it like that, you can see the little pattern that she's got on it. And I thought, oh, that's going to be a bit strange, but honestly it's really soft and lovely, and she really, really likes it. So I think she's going to make a few more of those, and hopefully she'll make some that we can all use. So on to my next make, and I have made the Sew Over It Georgie Dress, which is this pattern here. Now, I've had my eye on a wrap dress for quite some time, and I was really tempted to go with the, I think, is it the 1940s wrap dress that Sew Over It do? I'm not quite sure. I really want a wrap dress, and this is not strictly a wrap dress, it is actually a faux wrap dress. So it has a wrap at the top, but then it's actually attached to just a skirt. And yeah, I wasn't quite sure what to go with, but somebody suggested that this was a really good pattern, so I thought, you know what, I'm going to give it a go. I got gifted this fabric. It is a cotton jersey from Minerva Crafts, and it's going to be going up as a blog post on their website soon, so keep an eye out for that. Again, if you follow me on Instagram, I'll be able to notify you of that when that comes up. I am really, really pleased with this. There are a few things about it. First of all, being completely honest, it is not finished. I have finished the whole dress except for hemming it, but because I can't go out and buy any cotton, I just can't find a cotton that I can hem it with. I did have something and I started to do it, and it was just going to look awful, and I didn't want to ruin it. So that's the only thing. It is not hemmed, and the sleeves aren't hemmed properly. But I am pleased with it. It is actually quite a simple make. It has elastic in the crossover front section here. I'll stand up in a moment and show you properly. It has elastic down here to keep everything all in place, but it's actually a fully lined bodice, the back and the two front pieces. Now, I've watched a video recently from Kealy, who is voice of a creative. She's made this dress and she said exactly the same thing. It is very, very thick. Now, I don't mind it being as thick as this, and I certainly wouldn't mind wearing that when it's spring or autumn or something like that. But if I want to make a short sleeve version of this, I just think that I wouldn't wear it in the summer because it is so thick. And she's actually experimented and has made a version of this with just a fold over of the edges instead of actually lining it. So I think that's something that I'd like to give a go. Go and have a look at her video if it's something that you're interested in, because it looks lovely what she's done. So I will stand back and give you a little twirl of this dress. So I am really pleased with it. The fit of it, I think, is really lovely. It just seems to sit really nicely on the pattern. It said to do these pleats. Now, I had read lots and lots of reviews on this, and lots of people had said that it had come up very, very short, and a few of the Sew Over It patterns do come up short on me. So I actually lengthened the whole of the bodice by 5 centimeters. I've done the size 12 in this. Again, look at my measurements in the description below, so you can compare that to your measurements and the size that I've made. But I made a size 12 and I lengthened the bodice by 5 centimeters. I've done the half circle skirt. I haven't done the gathered skirt. I prefer this. I think this is really nice. And I've done sort of a 3/4 length sleeve, again obviously not hemmed. I'm going to stand on my settee so you can see the length of it, but it comes to just below my knee. I've taken it up ever so slightly, probably by about 2 or 3 centimeters, and obviously it's going to go up again by about another 1.5 centimeters once I have hemmed it. I am really, really pleased with this. I think it is lovely. I don't know if you can see some, because of the thickness of everything, this is sort of causing a little bit of a ruching here, whether I've just not pressed it right. I can't remember if I just said, sorry, I didn't do the pleats here. I actually just gathered it. Somebody on Instagram advised me that that was what they did and it worked really well. But all in all, I'm quite pleased. I think it is a nice swooshy skirt on the dress. I don't know if it's something that I'm going to wear just to work or whether I'm going to wear it outside of work. I'm not sure yet, but obviously I'm not really going to work anyway at the moment. Well, certainly not work and being all dressed up, so it's not something that is too much of a problem. But I'll sit back down and I'll show you my last few makes. So I'm just going to go on to the last couple of my makes, and these are the things that I am the happiest with I've made this month, I have to be honest. My daughter wanted to make herself a little summer dress and she wanted to have a go at sewing. And she did really have a good bash at doing it, but I let her really do it on her own. And there were a few things that she struggled with. And in the end, she wanted the dress, but I finished it off for her. And we ended up using it as a bit of a, a bit of a trial run for the fit, really, because she had her eye on some material that she wanted to have this dress in. So I have used the Simplicity K8610, and she's done this little dress here. Now when she cut it out, bless her, she made a bit of a mistake, and in the end she just didn't have enough material for the pockets, but I said that's fine. So we just carried on with it and ignored the pockets. Now I don't have any pictures of her in this, but this does fit her beautifully. So as you can see, it's got the little shoestring straps, and it's got a zip at the back. This is in a size 8, and it fits her really, really nicely. We've taken it up probably a couple of inches because it was just a bit too long for her, but it looks really nice. Now I know I haven't got any pictures of this, so it's a bit difficult to show you what it looks like, but this was the main basis of the dress. We then went on and made the next one, making sure the fit of this was perfect, except for she wanted these straps to be thicker. And she had her eye, oh, this material, by the way, sorry, was from Haberdashery Fabrics and More, which is in Plymouth. Now she has had her eye on this fabric for a while. She is really into music. She's about to do music A-level, and she plays the flute, she plays in a band, she plays in the school band. She just loves music, and she had her eye on this fabric. As you can see, it's got treble clefs and notes all over it. It is just so lovely. It's a bit of an off-white. It's not completely white, and then black, and then each of the treble clefs have actually got a little it's made up of music notes. It's really, really nice. It's really sweet. It's a cotton poplin, and I bought it online from a shop called Always Knitting and Stitching. I'll try and put a link into their shop below, but oh my goodness, and I have got pictures of this, so I'll hold this up quickly now, and this has obviously got the pockets in, but I'll put the pictures in. So yeah, she is just so delighted with this, and you can see from her face on the pictures that it is just, she loves it, absolutely loves it, and she cannot wait. She said she's going to wear it to school. She said in the winter she'll wear it with a long sleeve top underneath it. I have got some of the material left, and I've said I'll try and make her a scrunchie and a headband with it, but I haven't got much more than that. I've also got, I also made my other daughter one. So go back to this dress here. I haven't got the dress because she's actually wearing it, but I made her the dress identical to this, but I made it in the size smaller. I made it in a size 6, and this time I made it from a very pale pink Swiss dot cotton fabric. So again, I've got pictures of that hopefully be going up on the screen now, and it just looks lovely. They're such nice dresses. It's such a simple make. I cannot recommend this pattern enough. I've had it in my stash for a long time, this pattern, and it's one of those ones that just came free with a magazine, and I just wasn't all that enamoured with it. I just was like, yeah, it's okay. But she was insistent that's what she wanted, and I'm so glad I have. My eldest daughter is on the petite side. She's quite short, and she has said she would really like it, but she's afraid that if she wears it, she'll look like she's about 6 years old. And then I said, well, I wonder if it fits as nicely as it does here. What if I made this, but made this long and made it so it came down to your feet? And actually, I don't think that would give off the impression quite so much of it being a childlike dress. So I might be giving that a go. We'll see, maybe in a nice floaty fabric. But all in all, I'm just so delighted with those dresses, and I can definitely see myself making them again. I'm almost tempted to make myself one for myself. And now that I've made that pattern, which is this one here, view A, sorry, it's really not great, is it? It's not coming into focus. View B, sorry. I'm almost tempted to have a go at making the pantsuit, or the play suit, jumpsuit, there we go, and that's the word I'm looking for, because I think if that's come out as nicely as it has and fits like it does, then this one actually might well come out the same. So I'm going to give that a bit of thought, and might well do that in the future. But that's all my makes. That's everything that I've done in April. I have got lots of plans for May. I might do a bit of a fabric haul in a few weeks time because I've had a few new bits of fabric, so I might share that with you. As I said at the beginning of the video, I have decided I'm going to try and document my Me Made May and share it with you on here as well as on Instagram. So if that's something that you're interested in, have a look out. I'm going to do it on a weekly basis as opposed to a monthly basis. So hopefully that will be coming out in about a week or so's time. Anyway, that's it from me. I will leave you all in peace. I hope you're all well. Have a really good week and take care. Bye.